Hey guys, it's Jack Solomon and Maddie Thompson back again with our fourth video for you guys at ICMS. What we're going to be doing today is a little bit different. We're going to be doing a couple of trisets, so 3 activities put together with no rest, and we're going to be having 3 different sets of those. First one's going to be a lower body focus, then we're going to have an upper body focus, and then we're going to do some core. And at home you guys can do the whole thing 3 times, and it's really going to be a good workout for you. This morning we're going to be starting with a warm-up, and that's going to be some multi-directional running, some jumping jacks, some shadow boxing for something a little bit more interesting. We're going to be doing some lateral hops, we're going to be doing some knee hugs, as well as some lunges with some trunk rotations. In our first set, for our tricep, what we're going to be doing is some fast feet with 10 of those, and then we're going to be going into a burpee or a half burpee depending on your level of difficulty that you're looking for. We're also going to be doing some squats with alternating crunch. We're going to be doing 24 squats total, so 12 each leg. And then we're going to be going into some lateral hops with a vertical jump, and we're going to do 12 total of those. The second set that we're looking at doing, our tricep, is going to be an upper body focus set. So we're going to be doing 15 push-ups or half push-ups, again, depending on your level of difficulty that you're looking for. We're doing 15 seated dips with either our knees bent or our feet out in front of us, again, depending on difficulty. And we're going to be finishing off with that with some shoulder taps on 6 each side. And finally, in our last tricep, it's going to be a core tricep. We're going to be doing a plank for 60 seconds, as well as some mountain climbers and reverse crunches. And finishing all of it off, all we're going to be doing is some static stretching that we'll show you at the end. And that'll be the whole workout for today, guys. So it's a little bit different, but it's quite simple. It's easy and effective, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. All right, so starting off, what we're going to be doing is just some multi-directional running. So you're jogging forwards, jogging back, jogging to the side. It's just random. The idea being that we're waking up the nervous system, getting some blood flowing. It's going to reduce our risk of injury when we're training, and we're going to be able to get better range of motion and perform all our exercises properly. So all we're doing is 45 seconds of this. If you want to, you can go for a light jog around the block, 3 to 5 minutes, and that can be your whole initial warm-up, and that works. But seeing as we're doing it with small spacing, this is kind of optimal. So moving on to the next phase of our warm-up, we're just going to be doing jumping jacks for 45 seconds. So just making sure that you're coming off the ground, really exploding up, just getting our body warm. So as the third part of our warm-up, all we're going to be doing is some shadow boxing. So making sure that you're moving around with your feet. It's going to warm up your whole body. This one's just a bit of fun, throwing some straights, some hooks, some uppercuts. Just making sure you're moving around so you're keeping your body warm. Something a bit different. Good job, Mads, give it up. See, it's a bit more fun than doing jumping jacks and that kind of stuff. So make sure you're on your feet, moving around. Changing directions if you want, whatever you're comfortable with. So the final part of our initial warm-up is just going to be some high knees and butt kicks. So we're starting off with some high knees, and do that for about 15 seconds. What we'll do is we'll go back to butt kicks now. Do that for about 10-15 seconds, and then we're going to switch again. And swap one more time. So we're going to be doing our first mobilization and muscle activation exercise. It's just going to be walking knee hugs. So as you can see, Maddie's just going to come towards me, take a step and squeeze her knee nice and tight and hold it. So you're just trying to get that knee up as high as you can and pulling it up towards your chest nice and tight. This is just going to get us ready for the first part of our exercise. So we want to kind of keep that knee straight, pointing towards the ground as well if we can. Next up, we're going to be doing alternating walking lunges with a trunk rotation. So you want to have your knees at about 90-90, and as you can see what Maddie's doing, she's keeping her knee just above the ground. That's perfect. Just rotating each way through your thoracic spine. It's also going to get your hip flexors ready, your glutes, some calf activation. So the next thing we're going to be doing before we move into some conditioning is just going to be some lateral hops. So we're going to be 10 each leg. I just want you to make sure you're sinking into that knee that you're landing on. So you're actually hopping out to the side and sinking into that knee, and that's going to help your glute med activate. And it's going to make sure when we do things like squats or lunges and that kind of stuff, that our knees don't cave in towards the middle of our body. All you're going to be doing is holding it for about half a second to 1 second as well. So the last thing we're going to be doing before we get into our conditioning phase is just going to be some inchworms. So we're going to do between 3 and 5 of these. And as you can see, what Maddie's doing is she's actually rolling down her body. She's coming out into a high plank position. Then she's pressing her hips towards the ground like a cobra. She's walking back and rolling her body back up. Right? And this is just going to get you ready, stretch you out a bit. Good job, Mads. Keep it up. You got one more before we get into some conditioning. Our first exercise in the leg tricep is going to be fast feet with burpees. So we're going to be doing 12 reps. And at home, you guys can do 3 sets of each of these triceps. So as you can see, Maddie's doing her fast feet. She's then dropping onto her knees, doing a push-up. She's jumping back in, she's jumping up. It's really good form. So fast feet, make sure you're pumping those arms as well. It's going to be able to make you move a bit quicker. Jump in, so pump your arms when you do it. Good job. Remember to pump your arms. Pump your arms. Good job. Keep it up. Almost there. Doing well. So our second movement in our first tricep is going to be an alternating leg crunch squat. So Maddie's going to show you she's going to squat. She's going to bring her arm up to her knee. They don't have to touch, but the idea is that you're just activating that quad and you're also activating your hip flexor and you're bringing that leg up. It's going to do a little bit for your core as well. So what we want to be doing is 12 on each leg, total of 24 squats. And again, like I mentioned before, this tricep, you're going to do each activity once, and then you're going to repeat it twice more before moving on to the next tricep. So we're making sure we're getting that squat nice and deep. We're getting our hip crease below our knees, and we're keeping our chest up nice and proud, looking forwards as Maddie is right now. Want to make sure our knees aren't caving in and we're pushing them so they track over our second toe. Keep it up, you're doing really well. So the last part of our first tricep is going to be lateral jumps into a vert jump. So you're going to be hopping one side, hopping the other side, then coming to the middle and jumping up. So what you're going to make sure you're doing is that you're using the momentum that you can get from your arms. So jump up and making sure that you're landing properly too. So I want you to focus on that landing position. Nice. See how as she lands, she sinks into her knees, her hips sink as well. It's going to stop her from having too much force just go through her knees. And we're going to be doing 12 reps of this. Meaning we're doing 12 vertical jumps. So we want to make sure when we're vertical jumping that we're sinking down first. So sinking down lower and then explosively bring our arms up as we extend our quads. So sink down lower and jump up. Sink down and jump. Moving into our second tricep, we're going to be doing 15 push-ups. You can do these in a full push-up position or in a half push-up position, whichever you prefer. So all we're going to be doing is making sure that our spine is in a neutral position. As you see, Maddie's head is flat. It's not coming forwards and it's not too high up. And her elbows are at about a 45-degree angle. And we're just doing 15 reps. Once again, we're going to go through the whole tricep and then you can do the whole tricep 3 times. Keep it up, Mads, you're almost there. So this is an upper body tricep as opposed to the lower body tricep that we just did. So the second exercise in this tricep, we're going to be looking at doing some chair dips. So we're going to be doing 15 reps, and as you can see, Maddie's got her knees in a 90-degree angle and she's just bringing her shoulders until they are below her elbow crease, which is about parallel to the ground. If this is too easy for you over 15 reps, what you can do is extend your legs out in front of you, and it's going to increase the difficulty. But I think you'll find that when you do these in conjunction with push-ups, doing 15 reps a piece, the intensity actually increases quite drastically. So Maddie's form is really, really good. She's making sure that she's going parallel, keeping her body stable. Her shoulders are pulled back, so she's got a bit of scapular retraction, and she's looking forward. Really well done, Mads. Movement in our second tricep is just going to be some shoulder taps. So we're going to make sure that our back is in a neutral position again, right? Our legs are coming out, and the wider you put your legs, the easier it's going to be to stabilize, right? Because we want minimal rotation in the trunk. You can see Maddie's actually doing the movement nice and slow, which is really, really good. Increases the difficulty and is more controlled. And her legs are a bit wider, helping her to stabilize because she's doing it slower. So you're going to be doing 6 on each arm to finish off this set. Make sure our butt's down a little bit. There we go. So we're going to have a third tricep that's going to finish us off, and it's going to be for our core. We're going to be doing this for time. So we're going to be doing 60 seconds of mountain climbers to start. So you can see Maddie's got her back nice and flat. She's in a really, really good, stable and strong position, and she's driving her knees forwards. So she's going to be doing it for 60 seconds. Keep it up, Mad. Keep up that intensity. Keep up that pacing. Really want to drive those knees high and try and reduce the amount of rock we have in our lower body, because that's going to help with our stabilization. And if we do that, our core is going to activate a lot more effectively. So we've got 20 seconds to go. Keep it up, Mads. You're doing really well. Lift that head. You don't want to let your head drop too far down, yeah? Keep going. You're almost there. 5 seconds. So our second to last exercise is going to be reverse crunches. Again, we're doing this for time, 60 seconds. So you can see Maddie's got her knees at a 90-degree angle. She's lowering them slightly and then she's curling them back up towards her body. So what you're going to do is as you lift them towards you, you exhale, squeezing your abdomen, making sure your back is nice and flat on the ground, squeezing it out and then slowly lowering them away from you. Maddie's got really, really good form here. Well done, Matt, keep it up. The breathing is so important for this because if you actually exhale at the right time, you're gonna actually be able to create a much harder contraction of your abdominals. It's a great exercise for your lower rectus abdominis. So we got 20 seconds to go, we're just under. Doing really, really well. Five seconds. Okay, one more rep. Well done. Our last movement today in our core tricep is going to be a plank. We're just gonna be holding it again, 60 seconds for time. All right, so we're gonna go down into our plank position. I'm making sure our butt's nice and neutral, our head's staying nice and straight, our hands are separated. So notice Maddie's position is really quite strong. Her shoulders are over her elbows, her butt's staying down. So just keep your butt down and her head's staying up. So we want minimal movement if we can. We want to be holding our position nice and stable. We're already halfway there. Everyone dreads a plank. But in a good stable position, it's a lot easier. Hold it, you're almost there. Got 15 seconds to go. Keeping your head in a stable and neutral position. 10 seconds, 9. And slowly lowering ourselves down. Well done. We're now gonna just move into a quick cool down and it's just gonna be some static stretching. So we're gonna start with a kneeling hip flexor stretch. Yeah, so we're gonna make sure it's squeezing through our glute and a slight lean forward, but not too much. Just hold this for 15 seconds. As per usual with these videos, this is a much more succinct version of what I want you guys to be doing at home. So if you hold this for about 15 seconds, at home, you can do this for more like 30 seconds. Hold this for another 10, and then we're gonna move into a seated hamstring stretch. So we'll move into that now. So notice how Maddie's knee that she's not stretching is actually on the ground. That's really, really good. If you can keep that knee on the ground, that's gonna benefit your ability to stretch. Her back's nice and straight and she's just leaning forwards. We're swapping legs. We're gonna go into a supine glute stretch. So we're gonna be lying on our back, crossing our leg over the top and stretching. Switching legs. So we're gonna move into a standing position after that, and we're just gonna do a really easy shoulder stretch. So we're gonna cross our arm over our body, as Maddie's showing you. And switching sides. Make sure she's really pulling behind the elbow. Going into a overhead tricep stretch. And switching arms. Like I said, guys, at home you can hold these for a lot longer and it's gonna benefit you a lot more. Then we're gonna go move into an upper back stretch. So you're gonna be putting your hands together in front of you and pushing away from your body with your hands. So Maddie's gonna turn her hands face outwards. Yeah, she's gonna pull her shoulders down. So she's gonna try and take her traps out of it. And then she's gonna literally try and pull her arms away from her body. Do you feel that through your back? She's then gonna do an anterior delt stretch, which is what she was gonna do before. She's gonna put her hands behind her back and she's gonna push away from her body. And that's it. That's what we're gonna do for today. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed the program that I've put together for you guys today. I know there's certain limitations with no equipment, but if you put the effort in to do the exercises with a full amount of intensity, you really are gonna feel a burn during this workout, and it should be fun too. So I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'm keen for you guys to join in on the next workout too.